Rise and shine, wake up and get to the bag, god damn it. Lord woke us up, we might as well get to this bag. Now, another defeat for Nikki Haley. Trump going 5 for 5, winning the Michigan primary, 65% to 31. Very close to the same numbers that was in South Carolina. The trouncing continues for Nikki Haley. And at this point, throw in the towel. Throw in the damn towel. Okay? I gotta put the black glasses on for the funeral. Cause it's over. It's over. The campaign is over. Pack it up and call it a day. Now, as we know, the migrant crisis at the border, the illegal migrant crisis at the border has trickled down into the urban areas and communities and even close to the colleges. Because in Georgia, a University of Georgia student, I think her last name was Riley, I believe. She was unalived because she got blunt force trauma to the head, allegedly by this man, who was arrested in New York for endangering a child under the age of 17 because I believe his daughter was riding on the back of a moped in New York, because they give a lot of these migrants mopeds and stuff like that. So he was charged with a felony and for that crime in New York and let go. And somehow he ends up in Georgia, because it looks like that's what happens. As soon as these illegal migrants catch charges in New York, they just leave New York and just go to another state and just, I don't know, live another life. And he went to Georgia, and I don't know why, but allegedly he was the person who did the heinous act of unaliving the University of Georgia student, Lincoln Riley. This is the woman who went out for a run Thursday morning and never returned. Never returned. We've got young American collegiate students just trying to live their regular life. And now they have to worry about being randomly attacked by illegal migrants for no reason. So when people say, I don't know how illegal immigration affects your regular life, this is what we're talking about. Never mind the fact it, puts a strain on resources that are finite. This is also what happens. Okay? There were a couple other teens. There was a 15-year-old teen that was arrested allegedly for a murder in New York. A lot of these migrants, we don't know who they are. They're just letting them in. So we don't know their intentions. We don't know if they want to live here and buy into the country and be a regular American citizen, or they want to take advantage of the system and do whatever the hell they want. This is unacceptable. Like, this is the face of the consequences of unchecked illegal immigration. Regular immigration, where we know who the person is. They went through the proper channels, paperwork, coming here to live a better life, buy into the system, pay taxes like the rest of us. No one is against that. People are against this. Letting in, he's probably a Venezuelan, probably, in my opinion and speculation, he's probably a Venezuelan gang member. One of the people that probably was just let out of the prisons, saying, walk to the border, get out of the country, because Venezuela, their crime rate, their crime rate has gone down because they basically banished the criminals to America, to sanctuary cities. The blood of that young woman is on this administration, whether they like it or not, whether they will admit it or not. Her blood is on their hands. And specifically Alvin Bragg, the district attorney for New York, because why was this man released? This is the second time there was a crime done and the person was just automatically released. Just automatically released. He should have been released to ICE and deported. And now you got Eric Adams changing his tune, saying, oh, yeah, you know, they got the people with the mopeds and they're taking the paper plates off, and now they're ghost plates, and they're doing crimes and snatching grabs. And if you're doing crimes like that, we got to change the sanctuary city where you will be arrested and deported, because it is a right to be in our city, and you can't do crimes in our city. It's too late. It's too late. You didn't let in all these people, and you ain't had no plan. So now you got to just deal with the consequence. So now you want to deport them. Now you want to give them the ICE when they do crimes. What did you think was going to happen when you just let thousands of people come to the city, no place to live, nowhere to make money? What do you think they was going to do? Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Now, Donald Trump Jr. got a letter yesterday. This is the letter. And in the letter is a bunch of regular Trump derangement syndrome stuff. But after the letter, a white powdery substance came out of the letter. So I guess we taking it back to the early 2000s with the Thrax, because that's crazy. I don't know what it was, but once the substance came out, they had to call the boys, and they had to come through in the hazmat suits. Listen, for any reason, if I gotta have people like this pull up to my residence to check things out, something is very wrong. Something is very, very wrong. And this is where we're at. This is where we at in the country, where people think it's better to do something like this than just let Donald Trump run and just let the people decide. And this shows how scared they are to let the people decide, because what was this supposed to accomplish? It's so ridiculous, the type of things people will do for their delusion nowadays. Now, Joe Biden, he went on a late night talk show like a lot of different presidents or candidates do, trying to look cool and edgy or whatever the hell the goal was. And of course, this was scripted. And of course, this was to make him look better. And it didn't, because it just proves he can't finish a sentence. If he's not looking at something that he can read off of, he can't himself cognitively come up and string together sentences. He was starting and stopping. He couldn't remember what exactly they did during his presidency. Oh, yeah, we did a lot of things. We did a lot of great things, and didn't list them, didn't say them. And he showed every bit of his age. And the more they try to show, oh, he's cognitive, he's cool, there's nothing wrong with him, it just looks worse and worse and worse. The irony is crazy. Now, yesterday, of course, you know I got to keep up with the Bonnie Willis hearing. And this dude, Terrence Bradley, was a terrible witness the first time he got on the stand. Didn't know anything. Every time he asked something, I talked to the bar, attorney-client privilege. The judge had a one-on-one with him and said, no, the things you're here to talk about, you're supposed to talk about, okay? We subpoenaed you to speak on behalf of the relationship or whatever we're asking you, and you're not using the attorney client privilege correctly. So he had his a second chance to speak yesterday. He was extremely not convincing in every bit of what he was saying. He literally texted the lead defense attorney for Michael Roman saying that the relationship started when Nathan Wade was still a judge, which is way before 2023 or 2022. And he even texted her saying that they will deny it. Literally, text message read in court, slam shut case. They committed perjury. This man even committed perjury himself, because obviously he was trying to hide things, protect Nathan Wade, protect Bonnie Willis. Obviously, whatever meeting he had with the state or the Dems, they obviously told him, you better be a good old boy or we gonna really come after you. His attorney was obviously leading the witness. And this is honestly the nail in the coffin, in my opinion. I don't think it gets any worse than this. On Friday, we will know what the judge feels on this case and if Fonnie gets to stay. But in my opinion, I think her, Nathan Wade, and probably the whole DA's office will be removed from this case.